Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Bishop Allyson Abrams, and I just want to let you know that at Empowerment Liberation Cathedral, we are concerned about each and every one of you. We do want you to be well. We want you to be safe during this time, and so I am praying that all of you can find a way to stay safe during this time. Now, I do want you to know that all of our leaders at ELC are concerned. So I am going to bring one of our leaders on. Let me see if I can get her on here. She may have to give me some help with getting her on here. Let's see. But we do want you to make sure that you are watching your local news as well as watching the national news to make sure that you are staying informed with all of the latest updates and everything that they are giving. Now, I was trying to bring Minister Eliana Bullock on to talk with us, and so I do. Looks like I might need some assistance with helping to get her on here. But we want you to make sure that you are washing your hands if you've already heard. We want to make sure that you are not only washing the top surface of your hands, blessings, Minister, not only washing the top surface of your hand, but also washing under your nails, washing on the sides of your fingers, and you're washing up above your wrist as well. So we want to make sure that you are doing that and to make sure that you are doing that often. Now, yes, we have all talked about, I'm looking to see how to get her on here. Maybe somebody can help me to get her, to add her on here. We have often talked about, the hand sanitizer. And believe it or not, most places have run out of hand sanitizer. However, with the hand sanitizer, that's fine if you do not have access to. That's funny how to bring somebody onto the screen, but I don't see it. Hand sanitizer is good if you don't have access to water. But at this point, lots of folks are at home. So since you will be at home, we want you to utilize the hand washing with soap and water. Okay, that's very important. So please make sure that if you are near soap and water, to utilize that. But if you are not, the hand sanitizer is fine. I also wanted to add a statement on behavior. If anybody knows how I can add someone onto the screen, please tell me, because I can't find it. But I wanted to talk about behavior. Behavior during this time is very important. Now, black folks have always said, your mama always said, what you do impacts me. Okay, and so we want to take that very seriously on today, because what you do literally does impact somebody else. And so if we are in, okay, thank you, Minister, a cap full of bleach. But if we are in this pandemic, which we find ourselves in today, then you can't just cough out loud or cough and not cover, put your cough into your elbow or sneeze into your elbow and feel like, hey, I just ain't doing that today. Okay, because whatever you do is going to impact me and everybody else who is in the space or in your general vicinity. So please do know that whatever you do today is not just about you. It's not just going to impact you. And so if you are engaged in risky activity, or if you are putting yourself in places where you might be exposed to something, just know that you might bring that back to everybody else. Okay, I'm still looking for somebody to tell me how to add Minister Eliana onto this screen. And so whatever I do is going to impact other people. And so we have to know that we're not in a silo today. We are, whatever we do is impacting other people. And so now y'all who are bleaching, okay, but y'all make sure y'all be safe with that bleaching, okay? Because bleach can damage your skin. So we don't want to over blink. Oh, they stopped allowing that? Oh, wow. So, as I'm saying, behavior is very important. And so, we want to make sure that our behavior is not going to cause or the spread or help the what we're experiencing, pandemic, the coronavirus, to continue to spread. Okay, so your behavior is very important on today, and the people who are around you, their behavior is very important. And so let us just remember what we do impacts others. If I choose to stop being gross, if I choose to, it's not there. Oh wow. Okay. So we'll have to talk about how to best move forward if it's not there, because I don't see it. But if we choose not to use safety and be cautious in all that we're doing, and to use good hand washing techniques, and to practice coughing in our elbow, and to keep our hands out of our face, then just know that you're going to impact other people. And so while one person can spread it to many others who are around them, who can then spread it to many others who they are around, you don't want to be the one person who does that. So let us all be mindful, not fearful, but mindful of what we do, because what we do, it will impact other persons. And so I just want us to just be mindful of our behavior. Some of us have had reckless behavior, some of us have had excellent behavior, but just be mindful of your behavior during this time, because once again, we are still community, and what we do impacts other people. And I want you to know that, please remember others as you are going throughout your day. And for those of you who are essential workers and have to be at work, please do be mindful of those others who are working with you. And sometimes you may have to remind them they have to be mindful of you. And those who are going to begin to telework, if you're in a space at home where there are other people, please do be mindful of those in your house, especially if you have seniors in your house. And please call and check on those seniors, okay, during this time. And remind the seniors not to put their hands in their faces, and remind them to wash. Now, in the Black community, we know we will always talk, wash your hands, child. We ain't using all that other stuff. So let's go back to that. Let's make sure we're washing our hands and using soap and water. There's never been anything wrong with soap and water, okay? Not that I've known of anyway. And this is my 50th year on this earth. And so we want to make sure we're doing that. But behavior is important, because, if you are not practicing all the things that they're getting on telling you to do, then you could cause somebody else to become ill as well. And so just know the ripple effect. You could be the beginning of the ripple. And so we don't want to do that, and we don't want others to cause us to get caught up in their ripple. You know how oftentimes you have kids, and sometimes your kid is not responsible, and whatever they do comes back to you? So we have to think about that during this pandemic, that whatever we are doing could impact others. So I want us to be thoughtful. I want us to be mindful. I want us to be considerate during this time. I'm not saying don't be prayerful. If y'all don't hear me say that, we are being prayerful as well. And we're still being thankful also, because I still think that we have a lot to be thankful for in spite of everything that's going on. And in spite of everything that's happening, things are moving. God is moving, and God is still working. And so we cannot lose sight of that. But we also want to be mindful of our behavior. What are we doing? Are we washing our hands? Once again, are we washing under our fingernails? Those people who go and get those nice manicured nails, honey, you have to wash under that, because bacteria stays under nails, okay? And bacteria is growing oftentimes under those nails. So you want to make sure you use extra soap and water to wash under your nails, okay? And also we want to make sure that we are washing for at least 20 seconds. And so every now and then, you may feel like doing, no, just don't, okay? If you have an itch or something, ask the doctor how you're supposed to deal with that itch in your face. Oftentimes, I've had to put my face on my shoulder or something. But then when you think about it, if you've been out in a public place and somebody has coughed or sneezed, those droplets, if you're putting your hand in your shoulder, those droplets may have gotten onto your clothing. So when you come in the house, I'm suggesting that you change your clothes. You know, when you were kids, sometimes your mom said, don't bring that dirt in here. You need to change your clothes. So sometimes you have to go back to some of those old things, that old wisdom that our seniors had back then. So change your clothing when you come in the house. And whatever you've been exposed to, you don't want to bring that into your personal space. And so I'm suggesting that you also change your clothes, wash your clothes a lot more frequently than you have been. And we have been told that the virus can remain on surfaces. I think on paper, somebody let me know if that's true, because I did hear that it can remain on papers and on carpet and in some materials. So we want to make sure that we are using precaution, but we're not living in fear. We're not moving in fear. We're moving in faith, and we're moving in belief and trust in God. But we're also going to use wisdom. And there are people in our health field who are trying to give us wisdom on today. And so I guess I'm not happy, because I was trying to get Minister Eliana on to this to talk to us for a few minutes, but I'm not able to add her on. And so somebody call Facebook for me, tell them I need that back. But I do want you all to be safe and just think about your behavior as we are all in this pandemic and experiencing this together. Think about other people's behavior, and sometimes you got to call them on their behavior. All right. That's why we have behavioral health specialists today. That's why we have psychologists and psychiatrists today and counselors. You have to call people on their behavior. And so if people are using reckless behavior during this time, let them know that maybe they can't be in your space. Or they can't be around you or any others who are close with you, because you don't want that reckless behavior to impact your life, impact your health. Okay, and sometimes you just got to call people on the carpet and call people on what they're doing. But we do want people practicing safety. Listen to the officials who are, giving you information. And I do want to once again say, I said this a few minutes ago, that Maryland has opened the health exchange back up on Monday. If you live in the state of Maryland, you can apply for health insurance again. The Governor Larry Hogan, I salute him. He's doing a great job, has stated that they do not want people uninsured during this pandemic, during the spread of this COVID-19, of the coronavirus. And so if you do not have health insurance, I'm going to post in just a little bit. I got to find her number. Her name is Amber. She is looking to help people to get health insurance in the state of Maryland, because they're having another enrollment, a special enrollment because of the COVID-19. So if you are in the state of Maryland, please do look on my page for that post, and I will get others to repost it as well. And it'll be on the church's page. The District of Columbia. Kudos to Mayor Muriel Bowser. Love her. She also has said that they in D.C. will help people to get health insurance during this time. They do not want people uninsured. So if you are living outside of D.C., Maryland, Virginia, please do call your state and find out if they're doing a special enrollment for health insurance during this time, because everybody needs to be insured, just in case you are exposed, just in case anything else happens to you. So please do take advantage of this open enrollment time. I don't want anybody not to be insured, anybody not to be covered. No matter what level of coverage you get some level of coverage during this time, because you don't know what could possibly happen. And so kudos to the great mayor and governor in this area who have opened the enrollment back up. So once again, I'm going to post the number for the DC Health Line, where they will help you to get coverage if you are not covered on Monday. So please do remember, on Monday you have to call in, because they will be giving assistance to people who are not insured during this special enrollment period because of the COVID-19. Also, I'm going to post the email and the name for the young lady, and give you her number, who is in Maryland, who will be helping people on Monday to get enrolled. So please make sure that you get your insurance, health insurance, for those of you who missed the enrollment period, or maybe didn't want to enroll. Please enroll now for this special open enrollment that is going on in DC and Maryland. All right. And so we want to make sure that everybody is passing information along, and as we get it, the church, we will pass it on to you. We also will post a list of places where you can go and get food to eat, because we do want to make sure that anybody who has a need, anybody who needs any type of food, any assistance, that we will post those places and give you information. Also, I was so glad on the leaders call this morning. ELC has the best leaders on the planet. They shared information about how you cannot, during this COVID-19 pandemic, you cannot be evicted. So if you are receiving an eviction notice, if you're getting anything, and thank you so much. If you are getting any notices about your lights being cut off, your gas being cut off, any of that, even internet, or Wi-Fi, any of that stuff, they cannot. It's a federal, I think, rule that during this time they cannot cut you off, because they know people are not working. Some people cannot go to work, not because of their own, but because their places of business are shut down. And so therefore, you are not supposed to be evicted. You're not supposed to be marked late on your mortgages. You're not supposed to be experiencing your gas being turned off, your lights being turned off, your Wi-Fi being turned off. Okay. So now, after the COVID is over, don't y'all still say y'all still experiencing that and y'all need some more time. Okay, but this is very serious. But I'm so glad the lawmakers are putting these things in place, okay, on the serious note. And so please do take advantage of that while it's happening, and all the wonderful things that people are doing. If you know somebody who needs food, please do look on the list once we post it to be able to send them to a place in the District of Columbia. They have some sites that, will be open that will give money, especially to children who are part of DCPS and the DC charter schools. So if you know any young people who need food, we will have that up for you. And so we really do want people to be informed. And Malcolm X told us knowledge is power. So we really do need to be informed so that we can act upon the information that we are receiving. So please, 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 make sure that you are sharing the information once we put it out, because we do want to make sure that people get the information. All right. And anything that I'm forgetting, you can inbox me. I'm trying to remember all this. Normally I have it written down, but we do want to make sure that people have locations where they're serving food. Also, DC is going to make sure that the seniors are still able to get their food. So any senior citizens who were a part of any of those food programs, they're going to make sure, blessings, Elder, they're going to make sure that you are able to get your food. And so we don't want the seniors worrying about whether they're going to be able to get their food. They also are going to let people know you would have to go to DC website about, any DC services. Now, once again, kudos to Mayor Muriel Bowser and her administration. Those people who are not on internet, don't have computer, many of our seniors don't have that. They are putting in place where they can make sure that people still have access to the information. So they're going to send out a mailer on next week in the nation's capital that are targeting the seniors. And I'm sure Maryland will be doing the same thing, because everybody, let's face it, is not on internet. Everybody's not on computer. And so their only source of information would be if you mail them something. And so we want to make sure that our seniors are getting the information. So if you have contact with any seniors that don't have a younger person around them, or younger people around them, or adult children around them, please make sure that you're passing the information along so that we can help them to have the assurance that many of their programs will continue. Okay, so we want our seniors to know they don't have to worry, because they will be covered in the District of Columbia as well, I'm sure, in the state of Maryland. Okay, so once again, we're going to funnel information to you. We're going to post it. And please make sure you are reposting the information. As I get it, I'm going to give it to you. And we're going to stay connected, and we're going to stay prayed up, and we're going to make sure that we're all getting through this together. Togetherness is the key. But once again, if anybody's utilizing reckless behavior, please call them on their behavior. Okay? They have not said that people need to wear masks at this point. but we want to make sure that those who are sick and do have symptoms, if you don't quarantine yourself, then you do put on a mask when you go out, so that if you do test positive, you would not have exposed others to it. And so the social isolation may be a little difficult for some, but we want you to know that we're here for you. And once again, anybody who needs to talk to a therapist Monday through Friday, EJC Wellness Center will have someone who's able to talk to you. You can call 202-655-2255, 202-655-2255, and I'll make sure I post that number. We do take most insurances, and our therapists are all LGBT or LGBT allies, okay? So we want you to know that we are supporting you on all ends. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I just got on here really to talk a couple of minutes. I was trying to pull Minister Eliana on, but we do have an ELC, 2 persons who work in the healthcare system, and we try to keep you informed. Also, I've been on calls with the mayor's office of the District of Columbia, and we just want to get the information out to you. We want you to know we love you, we want you to stay safe, and we want you to know that you're not alone in this. We're all in this together, and we're going to make it happen. But anybody who is experiencing or demonstrating bad behavior, let's call them on it and tell them, look, I need you to stay safe. I need you to do the right thing. And this is not the time for you not to be in compliance with what the leaders are asking you to do. Okay, so thank you so much. We'll put that information out. Give us about an hour or so to make sure we have all the numbers correct, and we check those links and we verify all the information before we give it to you. But Monday is the day that you can go to Maryland government. They'll have an open enrollment. I'll have the lady's number if you want to call her specifically or email her. And DC, I'll give you the number to DC so you can be a part of the open enrollment if you did not get health insurance during the first open enrollment, okay? So that's what's important here. I want those people who missed the open enrollment period for whatever reason. We don't even care. But now you have a special opportunity. You have a special opportunity on Monday to go back into the open enrollment, okay? So if you are in DC, if you're in Maryland, there's a special open enrollment on Monday that if you don't have health insurance, I need you to get that. So that's why we're going to post a number for you and post a name that you can call so that you can get insurance during this time of the pandemic. And so, there's a lot of things being put in place to help people. And so please do take advantage of that. Or if you know somebody that does not have health insurance that could benefit from it, on Monday, they have a special open enrollment. So please do, have them to call the number that we'll put up here for you. Okay, because we need everybody to be covered. This is not the time to not be covered by insurance, okay? And so I know a lot of people don't like certain things about it, but, let's get the insurance. And if you want to cancel it later. But don't be not insured during this pandemic, okay? We need everybody insured, everybody covered, because you never know. And so I want you to get this insurance. That's why I got on here today, and that's why we're going to post the information. But ELC leaders, we do want the best for everybody, and we want you to have as much information as possible so you can make the best decisions during this time, okay? So please, 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 once we put that number out, please share it so that everybody, I want all of the people who don't believe in that health enrollment system that we have here to be upset because so many people were able to come back in during this special enrollment period. So once again, Monday is the day that you'll be able to come in through the special enrollment. I see people getting on. That's why I'm saying it again. Monday is the day that there'll be a special enrollment. So if you're not in the DMV, please check your state. Most of the states, I believe, are considering it. So check your state and see if they are going to open that enrollment back up for health insurance. Okay, we want as many people as possible to be able to take advantage of that special enrollment for health insurance on Monday. So please check your state where you are, and if your state is open, please inbox me, send me a note, because I want to make a list of every state that will have open enrollment for Monday so that I can let people know, hey, all of these states are open. Please call and get enrolled today. Okay, so thank you so much for signing on. ELC will be on tomorrow live at 1 p.m. We're going to have to make some adjustments. We did think that we could have more than one person on the screen. Like I said, somebody please call Facebook for me because we need to be able to do that. But thank you so much for getting on. We're about sharing information. We're about making sure that people know we are still a powerful community, and there's more that we can do together than we can do apart. Okay, so God bless you. God keep you. And remember, no matter what, God is going to maximize you.